If you've ever walked into a room with a mural, you know how it can really take your breath away. I've been spending the past year looking at samples of mural wallpaper, trying to find the perfect one for our Williamsburg, Virginia home. I wanted something that felt peaceful and native to the area, very colonial style. Let me walk you through my journey over the past year of choosing, ordering, and installing mural wallpaper in our dining room. If you're considering mural wallpaper for the first time, or even if you're a seasoned DIYer, I hope that this will help you navigate every step of the process. Before committing to a full mural wallpaper installation, the very first step is to research the different designs available. We knew that we wanted something inspired by nature to complement the dining room's classic colonial vibe, but the options were quite overwhelming online. There are a lot of different wallpaper mural designs out there. So make sure you have sort of going into it an idea of the vibe that you want. A crucial step at this stage is to order wallpaper samples. Do not skip this step. Samples are a game changer when you're choosing the right design. I can't tell you how many designs I fell in love with online, and then when I got the sample, I realized I did not like them. A wallpaper can look entirely different once it's in your space, and even the lighting can play a significant role in how the design appears. We ordered several samples of different mural designs, but most of ours were landscapes overall. The samples usually arrive in a few days, and you can actually also see not only the colors but the textures of the samples, because that is something too that has a lot of variation. So choosing your wallpaper texture, that can significantly impact the look and feel of the mural in your space. There are several options to choose from. You can do smooth, textured, or woven. Some shops even have designs that mimic an artist's paintbrush and make it look like the mural was painted directly on your wall. The texture of the wallpaper you choose can affect how the mural appears once it's hung, so make sure you like the texture. For our dining room, we chose a traditional non-woven wallpaper. Up close, you don't see any brush strokes or even a woven texture. You may also be wondering about peel and stick versus traditional wallpaper. A lot of different shops out there who are now making mural wallpaper as a peel and stick option as well. Both options have their pros and cons. I've used both in the past. This is a space in a home that we don't intend to leave for quite some time, so we are opting to do traditional wallpaper this way. Our supplier also does make peel and stick too, if that's something that's more your speed. We just find that traditional is a little bit easier to hang, although it is more of a pain to take down, but again, we have no intent to leave. So another decision to make is pre-cut or full panels. Wallpaper murals come in two primary formats: pre-cut panels or full uncut rolls. Pre-cut panels are printed in sections that are easy to install, which makes the installation process faster and more straightforward. Full panels, on the other hand, need to be measured and cut before you install them. We went with a pre-cut panel for our mural. This choice made the process much easier and less intimidating. Each panel was carefully printed to the exact measurement that we needed for our wall's dimensions. I created a mock-up of each wall in Canva and sent it to the designer. It looked a little bit like this, where we measured from the chair rail up to the ceiling and in sort of rectangular blocks. The red line is the chair rail on our designs, and the black rectangles are doors or windows in our space. Once we sent those dimensions over to our designer, she sent us back this mock-up version of the design over our dimensions. So those black rectangles are, again, doors or windows. If you choose full rolls, you'll need to cut them according to your wall's measurements, which can take more time and does take quite some skill. You'll also be paying for unusable wallpaper that you cut out. So in my opinion, I think it is best to do the pre-cut panels. Just be sure to measure carefully and give yourself some extra time to make sure that your measuring is exact. And I'm going to highlight that by saying step 5 is to measure and measure again. One of the most crucial steps in the entire process is measuring your walls accurately. There is nothing worse than getting your beautiful mural and realizing that it doesn't fit properly. You do not want to skip this step. You can use a laser measuring tool if you would like, or you could use a tape measure. Just make sure that everything is exact. And if you have any windows or doors or other obstacles, be sure to factor those into your measurements as well. Once you have your wall dimensions, just make note of them and keep them handy for the next step. This is also where you want to decide if you want to have them pre-cut or full paneled. So once you have your measurements, and you could mock them up in a tool like Canva, you could also freehand this step if you'd like, if you're really neat, and you're going to want to send them to your designer for review. I also sent along photos of the room to the designer so she could see the space in real life. We have an open closet in this room that we wanted the wallpaper to wrap around. And that was a little bit tricky because I did want the mural to retain its continuity around the room. So she had a great suggestion for that. So we went ahead with her suggestion there, which was basically to match the back walls and not worry about the side walls of the closet as much. So once we were confident in our design's layout, it was time for us to place our order. She had us double check our measurements once again to make sure that everything was correct. And we told her that we wanted it on traditional non-woven wallpaper at that time. We placed the order, and in about 2 weeks, we had the wallpaper here at our home. Okay, the only snag that we hit is that when we received it, each one of the panels is pre-cut, and they do have a number on the back of them, but it doesn't correspond to that design I made in Canva. So what we did is we went through and we looked at each panel and we matched it up to the design that she had sent over. And we made our own markings on the back of each panel of where it should go in the room. And I think this is essential because you don't want to start just pasting it where you think it goes, because if you make a mistake, there is no going back. Okay, so there you have it. That is part 1 of my mural wallpaper series. Stay tuned. We're going to start installing this tomorrow. Then we have a new dining room table coming, new dining room chairs. This room is going to get a major upgrade over the next couple weeks, and hope you will stay tuned and watch. Have a good one.